Beautiful view in the background here. Sometimes I love to come out on the balcony and just chill, hang out, think a little bit. A really common question I get asked is, how do we progress in our career in Australia? In particular for students that are moving to Australia to study, or for people, migrating to Australia to work. Very, very common question. And for me, there's two particular elements to this, especially when you're trying to get a job or trying to get a new job in Australia. For me, I break it down to two segments. Firstly, you have to have enough experiences on paper so that your resume is good enough to pass you through to an interview stage. That's the purpose of a resume or a CV, is to get you through to an interview. The purpose of a resume is not to get you a job. So what you need to do is start to think about, how can I improve my CV? What are the things that look great on paper, the extracurricular activities I can do, whether you're working already or you're at university, whether you're in Australia or outside of Australia, what are the things you can start to do now, today, next week, this month, that can add to your resume, that when someone's looking at your profile on paper, it's like, damn, this person's experienced, they've done this and that, and maybe you haven't had work experience before. Maybe you're young, you've just been at university, you've just graduated, and you haven't worked before. That's okay too, but you still need to think about, what are the extracurricular activities you can do, or have done, or are willing to do, that are going to add to your experience, going to add to your resume. That's going to be absolutely critical. If you're in Australia right now and you're studying at an Australian university, I highly recommend you get involved in extracurricular activities, whether that's being involved in committees, workshops, events, challenges, internships. All these things are going to add to your resume, even if you don't have prior full-time work experience or any work experience at all. So that's really the first part. That's going to set your foundations. How can I look good on paper? That's going to improve your resume, and that's going to get you through to the job interview stage. But then step two really becomes the critical part about how you progress in Australia. You have to understand that the job market in Australia is highly focused on soft skills and cultural fit. You might have the most amazing experience on paper, but if you don't have the soft skills to communicate that experience, and you don't come across to be a cultural fit, you may hinder your chance at getting the job. Now, to be clear, by cultural fit, I don't mean the same ethnicity or religion. Those things don't matter in Australia. What I mean by cultural fit is your attitude, your energy, your confidence, the positivity you're bringing to the interview, because that's an indicator of the positivity and the energy you're going to bring to the team. So step one was really focusing on your resume, looking good on paper so you get through to an interview. The interview stage is where you're going to make or break your career. This is where you need to sharpen up your soft skills. You have to be able to communicate effectively. That's the underlying theme. Communicate your emotions, communicate your feelings, communicate your positivity. Walk into interviews with confidence in yourself, in your skills, in your experiences, in your ability to deliver to the team that you're applying to join. If you can walk into an interview, have enough awareness to understand the nature of the person interviewing you, mirror their communication style. For example, if they're very chill and laid back, maybe you want to do a similar thing. And if they're very formal, then of course you want to maintain absolute professionalism. But through the way you communicate, through mirroring the person that's interviewing you, you want to prove that you are an exceptional candidate, not just on paper. You've already passed the on-paper test. You've already shown that you have the experiences. But now you need to show that you can communicate, that you share the energy, that you share the culture of the team, of the people interviewing you. So practically, how do you do that? How do you get better at this? Firstly, go to as many job interviews as you can. Practice makes perfect. You're probably not going to get the first job that you apply for. So make sure you're applying for jobs. Make sure you're getting experience going to job interviews. What you also need to do is practice speaking at home, either to a friend or family member. In the mirror is also perfect. You have to practice speaking. You have to practice answering these questions that you're going to get in job interviews. And you have to practice being confident in your answers. While you're practicing, I want you to maintain a great posture, and I want you to maintain a positive, light energy, a smile on your face, an approachable demeanor. This is going to be very important in showing that you're a perfect fit in the culture of the team. So no matter what job interview you're going to, these characteristics, if they're shown on your body, shown on your face, are going to help you. During your practice, also rehearse how you can leverage your experience to answer questions honestly. Now be careful here, because I don't want you to memorize answers. Please never memorize answers. Whenever I've tried to do this, I have never ever got the job. You have to answer authentically, you have to answer honestly in the job interviews that you attend. But to do that, you have to be confident in yourself, and you have to be confident in the experience that you've gained throughout your life. But truly sharpening your soft skills is going to be critical for your success in Australia, either as a student or as a worker. Don't be demotivated if you don't get a job or you don't get an offer that you're looking for. Take it as a learning experience. understand the mistakes you made, and understand how you can be better every single time you approach a new interview. In summary, adding to your experiences to develop a really great CV is important, but it's mostly important just to get you to the job interview. Once you're into the job interview, it is going to be so heavily reliant on your soft skills and your ability to communicate. This is going to make or break your career and your journey moving forward. Add enough experience or extracurricular activities to your resume that's going to get you to the interview. And from that point on, just focus on sharpening up your soft skills. Understand how you can communicate and answer the questions that they're being asked by leveraging the experiences you've had and by showing that you're a great person with a fantastic demeanor, a great energy, and a perfect cultural fit for the team that you're looking to join. And this advice is pretty much consistent for every industry in Australia. I hope that was useful. Sharpen up your soft skills. That's going to take you a long way in Australia, I promise. And if that was useful, make sure you like and subscribe for more videos to come.